Squirm versus Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Begin.
Yes, hello everybody and welcome to Mortal Kombat Annihilation from 1997, made by the New Line Cinema. Yes.
Oh boy, this movie has something of a reputation from what I've been hearing.
Yes, it's one of the most infamous sequels out there.
Not only that,
we're going to annihilate a new one.
Yeah.
See, the main reason why this sequel is so infamous is because people actually enjoy the first movie for the most part. Yeah, it's technically not a good movie per se, but it's a very enjoyable one. If you're a fan of the source material, because they do to get most of the stuff right.
If you recall our initial consensus, yeah.
Here's the thing about this movie. You know what's interesting about this movie? This movie does technically get plenty of stuff right as well. It's just that unlike the first movie, which knew how to incorporate its understanding of the source material into good scenes and good lines, this movie does not. Instead, the fan service on this movie, unlike the first one, which was put in service of the story and the scenes, the fan service just comes across like a checklist. Let's put in this character here just because. Let's not bother to actually explain and showcase why this character is awesome. Just have him show up, and that alone will suffice.
As for who was involved in this movie, this film has the return of the last film's director of cinematography.
John R. Leonetti. As we mentioned, this guy is not really good as a director.
Like I said, folks, believe it or not, this was back in the time when not having Paul W. Sanderson was actually a problem.
Yeah, still with Lawrence Kasanoff as the producer, of course.
And he co-wrote the story.
Oh man, along with the two other people, Joshua Vexer, and as we mentioned, John Tobias himself.
Wait, you're telling me one of the co-creators of Mortal Kombat ended up helping give birth to one of the worst things
and much
ever
like with the Wing
connected to
Commander
Mortal
movie,
Kombat?
Jova, that wasn't enough to save it.
Two of them. John, to remember, Mythologies was his baby, so he crippled the franchise twice in the same year.
Yeah, that's the problem, John Tobias. It's a great idea, man. Not so much in actually implementing that into a proper screenplay.
So forget this being an infamous sequel, man. This big dog right here is considered one of the worst movies of all time. Like, go to a list of like anything, it's bound to be there.
But anyway, let's.
Tell you, Oliver Jova, that if you watch this movie as a comedy, it becomes a lot more enjoyable because the acting in this movie is Tommy Wiseau worthy.
All right, I think that we should get the show on the road because we're about to see the funniest line of dialogue right in the beginning.
Okay.
Alright, start before the New Line Cinema logo.
It literally starts with the guy yelling out Mortal Kombat followed by the theme song. So, okay, 3, 2, 1, click.
So this one had a bigger budget than the original, so surely the effects would also be better too, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Get the things of it was very coldly received. Budget 30 million.
Did you guys get the first movie by mistake?
Sorry?
Yes, that's another thing. This movie, Jova, despite being almost twice as expensive as the first movie, for some reason they felt the need to reuse the original movie's opening.
And just to plaster the Annihilation title under it.
Wow.
Well, the music sounds slightly remixed.
So, Tia, you were mentioning the box office statistics of this movie.
30 million budget, 51.3 billion grossing out.
So, a bomb.
Recap of the first movie. So.
In case you didn't see it, sure.
Okay.
Also, as you can hear by the voice, we get our first of the many actor changes. This is still supposed to be Raiden, but now he's played by James Remar.
Wait, they couldn't get back Christopher Lambert for this?
Is that the one that was used in the commercial for 11 or no?
Again, this movie was lower budget, and somehow it had to cheap out.
Yeah, seriously, how did you not get back
Christopher Lambert? I think he didn't come back because he hated the script. Not that that stopped him from making Highlander Endgame, but...
Yeah. Hey. Forget Highlander Endgame. The guy said yes to Highlander 2.
Oh, yeah, I mean Endgame. Not... Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Apparently, James Remar is still getting work to this day. This guy is very prolific.
Okay, Pedro. Which do you consider the worst sequel? Mortal Kombat Annihilation or Highlander 2?
Well,
I know nothing about Highlander.
at least this sequel doesn't retcon anything.
At least Robin Shaw reprises Lois Liu Kang, so at least we have that.
No, Robin Shaw is great, so it's necessary.
Wait, Sonya, what happened to your face and your hair?
Sonya, what happened to you?
Hey, Kitana.
Kitana is still played by Talisa Soto.
Johnny Cage.
Johnny, what happened to you?
Quickly.
Okay.
Johnny played by Chris Conrad instead. Motaro, Ermac, of course, Rain.
Okay.
Sonic Fox's main.
Shiva.
Hey, Shiva.
And of course, the big dick is back in town himself, or Shao-Kahn.
Wait. Shao-Kahn, how are you here on Earth, though? Aren't you supposed to be, freed or something?
This is what happens in the second game as well. Like, he breaks the rules of Mortal Kombat and comes in and takes their
Okay, Shao-Kahn in this movie is played by Brian Thompson, and much like Jeremy Irons in the Dungeons & Dragons movie, he so does not give a shit and hams everything.
Why is the Shredder here?
I don't know.
No, you think?
No shit, Johnny.
It's Johnny.
Okay. You know what? To give him credit, though, they...
His explanation.
She got neurosurgery, if I recall.
Oh, no.
Oh, here it comes. Here comes the line.
Here we go.
Here we go, Sindel.
Okay. To be fair to that actress, who can you honestly name that can deliver a line like that?
Okay.
Actually,
you know what?
it's a good question. Let me check. Musetta Van Der as Sindel.
Oh, okay.
This is the thing from this movie. Why a jump of doom?
Okay.
Basically.
Okay, you know what? To be fair, that line Sindel uttered would not be out of place in a classic Mortal Kombat game. Like, Mortal Kombat games have always had some hokey, silly dialogue. So, if it were just that, I'd be fine. Shame from what I've heard, the whole movie is that, but even worse, apparently.
I can see the blue screen tearing.
Musetta Van Der is actually seemed to have stopped doing acting since 2017.
I just don't get it. How do you have infinitely worse visuals with a higher budget? How the hell is that?
They used one of the lines of the game.
Yeah. Methinks that they were trying to supposedly make this look better. Also, God, that blue screen outlining is terrible.
Yeah.
That's what I meant about the screen tearing, too.
I gave the idea the blue screen was covered, quote unquote, better with the SD format.
Oh my God!
Even the watching the movie in HD has made it age worse.
Oh my God! Even the lightning effects are worse than the first movie.
Yeah, exactly. Too. Like when we were watching this back in the day, it wasn't as.
Okay.
Now you can watch all the detail of all the visual detail of the movie. Yeah.
Okay, Shao-Kahn never used a whip, but whatever.
Get over here.
Johnny, what the fuck? Wee.
Dead.
Yeah, that looks like
the glasses.
Wait a minute. But the shades were crushed in the first movie.
Yeah,
Why
they
got new ones. He's a prima donna. He's rich.
No, it doesn't matter, Joe. He's about to die.
Oh boy, and here we go. First point of a movie that tells you, that things are not really going the way that you want, or at least in a decent kind of way.
So basically, Raiden is going, go ahead, kill him. We'll beat you anyway.
Ah, fact.
Oh.
And yeah, Johnny Cage dies in the first 5 minutes of a movie.
Okay.
Fantastic movie.
Okay.
Kill off the best character.
To be fair, he was technically dead in the games around the time of this movie, if I recall correctly.
Jova, you can kill him for the climax or something. Again, Jova, it's the same problem of Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay.
If you kill a character or even Alien 3 for that matter, if you kill the character that people were expecting to, go through a certain direction in the first 5 minutes, you're bound to piss at least someone off.
Okay. So remind me, did Johnny Cage die in between 1 and 2, or was it in between 2 and 3?
In between 2 and 3.
Oh,
That's
okay.
That's also kind of the problem, Jonah, because this movie tries to abridge the plot of 2, 3, and 4 at the same time.
Wait.
Let's get 3 games, mush them together into a movie. That sounds like a good idea.
Wait. Hold on. Was 4 out at the time of this?
The same year.
If you hear that, that's construction.
Gotta need some publicity, Jonah.
Okay. In that case, yeah, killing Johnny off is a bollocks move, especially seeing as how he's back alive by Mortal Kombat 4 anyway, so killing him without bringing him back just feels uber dumb. So let me get this straight.
I mean, were they aware that he was going to be back from Mortal Kombat 4?
Tobias wrote this, Deji, so yes.
Do you think it was a last-minute decision and then it happened, in the game itself? Or...
You mean the killing of Johnny Cage, or the whole bringing him back?
Bring him back.
Only John Tobias can answer that question, so I don't know.
Jova, go ask him on Twitter.
You know what's funny, honestly, is thinking about it. In Mortal Kombat 4, it's silly. So Johnny Cage comes back from heaven to help his friends. That sounds very noble. Yet in Mortal Kombat 4, his story apparently amounts to him once again accepting an award in an award show, which just makes me wonder how hokey it is.
Because Kitana, the other gods are fucking dicks. Get used to this.
They don't really like Earthrealm for some reason.
It's not so much that they don't care, they don't like it. It's mostly that they don't give a crap. They just want to sit on their asses and play their other Nintendos. I don't
know. It's Sega Genesis's.
Oh yeah, because the Nintendo version is censored. You're right.
Yeah.
And as of
so are the movies, so it actually makes sense they would play on the Nintendo.
To be fair,
version.
the divine beings and the Simpsons video game told me that God uses the prayer station. So.
Okay.
And as for people involved with the series and their reactions to the movie, the actress playing Shiva wasn't too happy about how a certain thing happened near the end.
Marianne Olden.
She plays Shiva. And as for Ed Boon, he didn't like it, put it like.
Wow.
It's the worst part of the franchise.
Wait. So even worse than Sub-Zero mythologies?
Well, Ed Boon... Well, here's the thing, Jova. Ed Boon doesn't want to badmouth mythologies too much because that was one of his best friend's big, passion projects and stuff. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, but his best friend was kind of highly involved in this movie too.
But he's not the face of the project. By bashing mythologies, he would be throwing John Tobias under the bus, and I'm guessing he wouldn't want to do that.
And hey, Jova, I was telling Tio this earlier.
What?
Jax appears in this movie at some point.
Yeah, he does.
He was supposed to be played by Michael Jai White.
Yeah, but they couldn't get him back for this one.
He turned it down.
The
bad news is...
Oh boy, these...
what?
Oh god, these effects.
A lot of people turned this movie down because the script was awful, and
also remember,
Michael Jai White was in Spawn.
So basically,
compared to the first movie, this one it doesn't really get referenced or how much enough from the games.
So basically, what we have here are what I like to call sexual tension balls. You literally roll in them by pressing against each other in a totally non-sexual manner.
Or else it'll become a great ball of fire.
It doesn't even work because they've barely interacted at all.
Oh my god! It looks like she's necking him.
Yeah,
yummy.
Basically.
But yeah, also again, the premise alone, following up the cliffhanger of the first movie.
There you go.
Shao-Kahn.
Here you go, Theo. We're about to get what is, in my opinion, the most ridiculous plot point of this movie.
Oh my god, this is like the Dungeons and Dragons movie, complete with the wonky camera work too.
Take into consideration the fact that John Tobias was one of the story writers, it really is baffling. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god, it's Vin Diesel. What?
Here, everybody. Believe
Shao
it-
Kahn without his helmet.
Not just that, too. Believe it or not, everybody, this guy right here, that's supposed to be Shinnok.
Played by Rainer Schoen.
And guess what? In this movie, he's Shao Kahn's father for reasons that I have yet to understand.
Huh, he's a German actor for...
Here you go, here
Wait,
you go.
wait.
Uh,
Shao Kahn. Wait.
This is hilarious. Well, actor.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay, and now check this out.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead, Jova.
Shao Kahn taking orders from anyone just feels wrong.
Wrong. Especially from Shinnok. Not just that, here's how
Play
the things...
Mortal Kombat 11 where he does.
Well, okay.
Jova, sorry, there are moments where he has no choice on that matter, but also, get this, Jova, they also kind of introduce a bit of a retcon by saying that in this movie, Shinnok is Shao Kahn's father, which is wrong on so many levels.
I know that doesn't make a lick of sense. Shinnok is an elder god that has absolutely no relation to Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn was a literal warlord that rose from the dirt to become a complete despot.
Okay,
Also, stock
okay.
footage from a volcano.
Okay.
Are they trying to make it seem like Shinnok is Zeus?
What? No. Okay. To be fair, I can get maybe making a drastic change like this if you do something interesting with it. Heck, maybe in some way you can arguably make a more interesting character out of the two. So, what do they do with this new version where Shinnok is Shao Kahn's father?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing!
So, it's literally just a clumsy attempt to tie everything together.
Oh, Kitana, why?
Wait. You've lost everything. Wasn't the first movie literally about you gaining vengeance and finally
You
cleansing your
barely
soul?
know each other. Your chemistry is non-existent. Stop lemoning.
Wait. Oh, I get it. The whole "I've lost everything" thing, that was just a pickup line.
Whoa.
Cock
Oh,
block.
cock blocking smoke.
Ropo cop.
Hey, Smoke, what are you doing
That's
here?
cyber smoke. That waves.
Smoke, what are you doing here?
He's cock blocking.
And why does
literally.
this costume look cheaper than anything Saban can make?
It really looks like a TMNT character for that costume.
So
this
next
is what
rotation?
This
I
is what we were
guess so.
talking about before, Jova. Smoke is only supposed to premiere in Mortal Kombat 3. So yeah, like I said, this movie is trying to mesh elements from 2, 3, and 4 into a blender.
Again,
Basically-
characters from 3 like Rain also appear here.
Like basically, Jova, what you're watching right now, Jova, is exactly what everybody was expecting the first movie to be: a terrible cash-in made with no effort. Basically.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly is the main plan of this movie. I mean, okay, I get it. Okay. If it was just Shao Kahn, I get it, but now you're throwing Shinnok, like, let me guess, this is some big master plan that Shinnok has been planning all these times,
No,
and...
Quan Chi is not in the movie, in case you need to know, Jova.
Shinnok is just
wait.
here
Oh, there's the fan.
because...
Pedro,
Yes,
oh, look
please.
at that, Tio. They remember the fan
Uh,
now.
you said there were plot elements from 4, yet apparently those scenes were cut from the final cut.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? They
Wait,
were supposed to have even more on that.
There's your explanation then.
Wait, let me...
Apparently, they were going to do something with Shinnok. But they got put on the cutting room floor. Sorry.
Whoa!
So,
Jump of Doom again.
Jesus. Again, how are the effects so terrible in this? And, okay.
Also, I forgot if Cyber Smoke actually had missiles.
You know, it's funny. Normally we'd be making a joke about how, they blew their budget on this big, prolific actor, but that's the thing. Most of the bigger actors left, so... Yeah, where
Also,
did
you
the
have to-
budget go?
Also, you have to remember that... Oh, he's Sub-Zero.
Hey, Kuai Liang.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. This is actually one thing that they actually do get right. Yes, there's the younger Sub-Zero, okay, Kuai Liang, and just like in the games, he has a scar on his face.
I do have
Ooh.
one bit of a problem, though, here. Here's the problem, though. This is literally at the tail end of the first movie.
Yeah. Like,
So-
the Mortal Kombat tournament is basically just ended, and yet we're treating like days have passed.
So, like, and also, I mean, doesn't that mean that this guy somehow got his
Check
older
who's
brother's
playing, boy.
costume?
Hold on, there you go.
Keith. Oh, it's Keith Cook, the guy who was playing Reptile in the first movie.
Yes, you killed my older brother, even though in the games, canon-wise, it was supposed to be Scorpion that killed my brother, but we're not following that storyline because the first movie kind of got my brother and Scorpion all wrong, so just roll with it.
So this time they got Sub-Zero right, but at what cost?
Yep, they got Sub-Zero right, Jova, and Scorpion mostly right, but everything else got wrong. Basically, Jova, it seems like it can be either Scorpion. We either get Scorpion and Sub-Zero right and everything else wrong, or we get Scorpion and Sub-Zero wrong and everything else right. We can't have both, it seems.
So, okay, again, here's my issue with this, though. Since this literally is coming off the tail end of the first movie, doesn't this mean that this guy had
This
to...
is just beautiful.
Whatever.
Even by 1997 standards, this is just...
The cold never bothered him anyway, Jova. Go on.
But anyway, doesn't this mean that he had to hike to that island, get his brother's costume or whatnot, and then hike all the way to that Shaolin temple and then follow them all the way in there? Like, again, seriously, though. Oh, hey, Scorpion.
Here's Scorpion again. Okay, now
Oh my
we got
god,
to the...
they actually got his gauntlet thing. Well, never
There you go.
mind.
No, actually, no. It's still this parasite thing, but at least we got the fact that he's supposed to have a chain instead of having just a simple whip body.
Yeah, and Ed Boon voices him apparently on his entirely, if I remember correctly.
Just like the first movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That said, though, isn't he supposed to be protecting this guy or something?
Remember, Jova, we're following the movie storyline. Remember, in the movie storyline was Liu Kang that killed Bihan, not Scorpion.
Oh, so I guess this means that Scorpion doesn't really have any obligation.
That was pointless.
But then again...
Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, for some reason, also follows the first movie storyline where it was Liu Kang that killed Bihan.
Yeah, it's actually later labeled as an alternate sequel to the first movie.
Yeah, go ahead, Jova.
But yeah, what does Scorpion have against this version of Sub-Zero?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But hey, wait, I think I get it. Guys, now we finally have Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting. This is what you wanted, right?
Well, okay. In the second game, remember, Jova, in the second game, Scorpion does go after Kuai Liang, but that's because he thinks that somehow Bihan survived. It's only later when he finds out that it's his young
What?
that he stops.
Shouldn't he know that this isn't him, though, immediately, though?
But
also this music. It's the same composer of the first movie, but the music is
Whoa!
somehow worse.
What?
It's like the...
Also, here's
Just
my
like the
favorite.
CGA.
Here's my second favorite line of dialogue in this.
Take
movie.
it.
Oh.
What the hell
Okay.
was
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Could you imagine
Ivan
Ed
News
Boon's-
effect.
What?
Could you imagine Ed Boon's reaction when he saw that line in the script and he had to deliver it?
Probably.
okay.
Wait. I got it, guys. That line perfectly encapsulates what Ed Boon thought. They were all suckers. He got played.
Like a fiddle.
Okay. Here's a rule that I want to establish for you guys. Scorpion does not
And he's gone.
suckers. Ever. That's not really something that a character like Scorpion would say.
That's like Batman
Missed
saying that
opportunity
something's
from
cool
Mortal Kombat
or
11, he ran
awesome.
away.
Yeah.
So,
Meanwhile, in the ball number 2,
wait. Yeah, so Raiden, was your plan just to leave Kitana and Liu Kang behind?
he told them the group will split. Kitana and Liu Kang will search the aid of Nightwolf, while Sonya and Raiden will go find Jax.
Methinks that was a terrible, terrible idea.
You see, Jova, it wasn't just the actors that were replaced. The characters' brains were replaced.
What happened? Oh, okay, it's me. Okay. But the lighting engine was fucking up.
All right, so okay, if I'm okay, I get here we are. Here's Jax, now played by another actor as well. So
Wait,
Lynn
what?
Red Williams.
Wait, hold on. What happened to Jax?
remember, Jova, this is what happens in Free, where he puts bio implants in his arms.
Well, okay. To be fair,
Why?
okay.
Where's the context for this?
Okay. Here's the thing.
For your context, that you're gonna have to go for the games for that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Jova.
I was about to say, it's explained in the games why he's getting these because, his original limbs were torn off. But as far as we saw,
in the new timeline, Jova, as we mentioned a couple of times, in the original one, it just puts instead basically like giant gloves, basically.
Just to prepare himself for the fight against the Outworld squads. Basically.
Denied.
Okay. I guess in this case it's somewhat fine then in that regard. Weird. I could have sworn in the original continuity that they explained why he needed to get new arms, like he got into an accident or something. But whatever.
Most people, because of most people nowadays usually think of the stuff in the new timeline.
Okay.
So much more nowadays.
I will say this: I kind of like the practical effect of Jax's arms.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Finally, something that looks good in this movie.
This is a bit again. It's similar to what they did. It's similar to something in the Spawn movie where the CGI was terrible, but the practical effects were much better.
Hey guys! Look! It's a
one at a time.
It's a throwback to that scene from Mortal Kombat 4.
Oh,
not just that.
Oh man.
Da.
I was just mad about Terminator 2.
Certainly felt like
Terminator as well. Not Terminator 2.
Oh my god! The way that scene looked.
I think it's not. I think it's not. I rather the glass balls. Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
What do you mean Shao-Kahn movie, please? You're not supposed to be working for Shao-Kahn. You're supposed to be hunting Kuai Liang down. Sub-Zero, I mean. Like, seriously, what the hell are you doing?
Okay.
Different continuity, different rules, I guess.
Okay, so...
Man, see, Pedro, you'll hate the CW Legend of Tomorrow shit.
Why?
Because they got, what's his face? Who's the immortal guy? Randall Savage.
See, here's the thing, Dej. Here's the thing.
What did we need to Randall Savage?
See, Dej. Here's one thing that this movie does have that does have going against it that other video game adaptations at the time didn't have. This is a sequel to a movie that actually did get pretty much most things right. So there was a level of expectations. So, okay. Surely they'll also get most stuff right as well in this movie, right?
Remember,
God!
Remember, Paige, the
music
said to destroy all expectations.
The music right now sounds like that horrible battle theme remix that's used in Advent Children in the fight between Tifa and Lodz in the church. Damn.
So what you're saying to us is that this movie was the one that kickstarted the whole subvert the audience's expectations trend. Just a long time before it actually kicked into gear.
Okay. So, what exactly did they mess up with Jax in this movie?
Not really much. I'll argue. Okay. You can.
It's just without context, Jova.
Okay.
Okay. I will give it credit. The actor playing Jax, I will argue, is the best actor in the movie. I know that's not a high bar to meet. Trust me, I know, but. Yeah, exactly. His persona and attitude, is exactly what you expect from Jax. So,
good on them.
And I actually do like this actor personally. Again, he's no Marlon Brando or anything, but he's good in the role. In the role, I would argue.
So
also Tio.
You can tell me later, Dej. Pedro gone.
Especially when you consider the terrible script he was given. You know. And he actually does pull off the character well.
Oh my god, she literally knocked him out with a frying pan.
Also, how sad is that Jax's arm are a better, metal-like effect than the entire costume of steel.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the actor from the first movie did look more like Jax than this guy does, but I'll take what I can get at this point.
So apparently his metal arms are strong enough to literally shake off freaking acid. Okay.
I guess.
There goes Bumblebee.
Well, to be fair, that's also kind of a thing in the games as well, so I'm not bothered by that.
Oh
okay.
shit.
I think here's my one question though. Why was he all in that room alone? Shouldn't there have been?
What are you doing?
Shouldn't there have been?
So fatality too.
All right, I forgot.
See? Her fatality from the games, guys.
So here's
They
my
looked crap.
so here's my question. So here's my question. What was Jax doing in there all on his own? Shouldn't there have been like medical professionals looking over him or something while he was having that work done?
That's a very good question, Jova. And the answer to that is I don't
Shut up.
know. Exactly.
Yeah, the answer I can give you, Jova, is get the hell off my back.
yeah. Another thing that this movie has is that for some reason people who are under servants of Shao-Kahn.
Wow, Jesus!
That was a beautiful.
Again. $30 million at work, people.
Now we're about to establish one of the most hilarious character traits in this version of Shao-Kahn.
Yeah.
Question, Jova. When a servant does the service you've told them to do well, what do you usually do?
Kill them?
Well, let's see. Okay. They did get the friction between the Shao-Kahn and the Centaurs right, at least. So there's that.
I guess at least Shiva looks nice.
She looks okay.
Why is Shao Kahn not in costume?
Yeah, it's like Thanos in Infinity War. He keeps his helmet off when he shouldn't.
Seriously.
Also, by the way,
were killed off screen.
Oh, great!
Up in this movie.
I'm sorry.
By the way, Rainey's voice is played by Tyrone Wiggins, but he scarily sounds like Paul Dobson.
Hold on, Theo. Here you go.
I'm sorry.
So why are you mad? He literally just told you that he succeeded in his mission.
You didn't succeed exactly how I said to succeed.
Hey, look, I called it.
Rain dies without having done anything in the movie.
Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that, guys. I called it. He killed the guy for doing his job.
Not just that, Jova. Remember what he asked? Did you make them beg for your forgiveness? What does that matter? He killed them. Wasn't that
He's evil to Pedro. He needs to do that.
Okay. So, hold on. So, who are the two that were killed off screen?
Striker.
Yeah. Other characters were free, Joe, if you forgot.
Wait, don't people hate Striker?
Yes.
Yes, but people generally like Cabal, so what the fuck?
What was even the point of mentioning them?
Not to mention, Cabal is a servant of Black Dragon, not Shao-Kahn.
My guess, Joe, is the screenwriter is going on this operation. See, we mentioned their names. You remember those names, don't you, fans?
Okay. Look, if that had just been Stryker who was killed off screen, I get it because he was like legit the scrappy of the series at that point.
Why do people hate him?
This scene exists only for Kill Rain. Enjoy.
I thought the biggest scrappy was Jarek.
No. That was definitely Stryker. Tio, Pedro,
okay. No. It's either Striker or Suhao, a character we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we'll see on 5, aka Dead Alliance.
Well, that's why I said. Stryker was the biggest scrappy at the time of the series. Pedro, Tio, could you explain to Dej why?
I think it was.
Basically, Deji, because he's lame. He's just a cop. He doesn't have anything interesting about him.
At the time, it was lame. In this day and age, he's a violent cop to Dej. Make 2 + 2.
Yeah, understandable. Say no more.
Have a good day.
Oh hey, Luke. Okay. I almost forgot you were in this movie.
The sets in this movie look terrible, and considering how good the sets were in the first movie, seriously, was Paul Anderson's absence really that much of a problem?
Maybe.
That's the thing, though. This is directed by the guy who did the cinematography for the last movie. You think he'd remember stuff from the last one?
Anyway, Jovan, we're about to get introduced to Night Wolf, and I'm pleased to report that he's played by an actual native, Gary Paul Davies, a codename Lightfoot.
Good on them for that.
And yes, he's doing his animality. Yeah, they bothered to reference the animalities.
Why, Robin, why are you grabbing the camera?
Oh god, that's so tough.
Oh my god, the wolf mask. I could literally see the flap on the neck with the wolf mask. Oh god.
Hey, we mentioned it.
And yes, Night Wolf looks fine.
Oh god, the effects are so terrible. That was literally a wolf mask. A wolf mask in this $30 million
All
picture.
right, Gemma, I'm gonna ask you a very important question.
What?
What do you think is worse from what you're saying? This or Chun-Li?
Effects wise, you mean?
No, in general.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so let me ask the question. Let me ask the question: that is Legend of Chun-Li entertaining as much as this?
Arguably so. In that, okay. Let me put it this: all the entertainment in Legend of Chun-Li comes from how bad it is. Although,
There's a reason why I'm being quiet.
Courage.
Oh, great! A test of courage. Great. Could you be a bit more generic, Nightwolf?
I will say this
And
though.
yes, apparently the key to defeat Shao-Kahn in this movie is for Liu Kang to master his animality for some reason.
Good God.
Well, we need to justify the terrible CGI monster fight we have at the end.
Ugh.
Okay, I guess if I can say this.
Shit.
Nightwolf is a dick in this version.
All right, so for the next animated Mortal Kombat movie, I want Liu Kang's fatality to be the Midway arcade cabinet.
Oh, Kitana, what the fuck are you doing?
Why?
Kitana was Shang-Tsung the whole time.
What the hell is going on?
No! Kitana was Shao-Kahn the whole time.
Say what you want about the first movie. The first movie was at the very least coherent.
This editing doesn't make sense. Ah!
Why is...
Can this...
I'm way too sober for this scene.
Okay. Would it kill this movie to make sense for just 10 seconds? And this triggers his
Remember,
Okay,
Liu Kang's animality is the dragon, so...
you know when...
And now it's annoying.
You know those surveys that they do where you say, what did you like about the previous one, for a sequel on that?
Yeah.
Did someone in the audience, as a joke, write down, I like the terrible CGI and I want to see more of it in the sequel?
That's the thing. There was like 1 or 2 scenes of terrible CGI in that movie, and I think one of them was literally Reptile, and even still they circumvented that by mainly having him in his human form for most of that fight, so...
And now, guess who shows up and right in front of him?
A coat.
This is supposed to be Jade, by the way.
Yeah,
Character
no.
assassination.
No, for some...
Deji, how can it be character assassination if she has none?
Played by Irina Pantaeva.
Hey,
It's like...
Jay, not for nothing, why are you in nothing but a loincloth here?
And why'd you take it off
Not just that.
in the snow?
For remind everybody, Jade is supposed to be Kitana's best friend and... protector. What the hell is she doing here? And why wasn't she around up until this point? I don't know.
No. Don't you see she's here to help him in, yes, by warming him up, it apparently seems.
By the way, it's a bad time to mention that Irina Pantaeva, the actress that plays Jade, is not even an actress, but an actual model.
Oh,
Oops.
I think... What?
Hold on, Joe. Check this out.
Yes, to resist temptation.
It does?
Like hell it does, you fool!
You barely know Kitana.
In this movie, yeah.
Oh no, the friend zone, my one weakness.
Is she...
Yeah.
Also, can you scroll away the snow from your hair? It's irritating to watch it. My OCD is kicking in.
So 1997, you might as well have called that sequelitis the year, because as well as this, there was Batman and Robin and Speed 2 Cruise Control.
I mean, okay, I've said it before. Speed 2 Cruise Control... Okay, Speed 2 Cruise Control is literally a sequel that would have just been a better movie if it wasn't a sequel to Speed. This, though...
You you see what I mean about the way this movie does fan service versus the original? Like, the first movie didn't just have
Wait,
the characters look
wait. Where'd the snow go?
Are we going to ignore the scene?
It was an illusion, Jova.
So let me guess, this is all part of a test, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what was the whole tempting him with her boobs thing about? What?
Well, that was the whole thing, to test if he's capable of resisting temptation. Or
Test
some
your
shit.
might.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are very pure. Like, I literally shoved your face into my boobs and you did not take the hint. Well played. Well played.
Although apparently Liu Kang is not very receptive.
Oh yeah. I was reading some more TV trope stuff. Apparently, more than a few people consider this film the worst game adaptation of all time that had nothing to do with Uwe.
Yeah, I think Uwe Boll movies are worse on this regard. At the time, sure, sorry.
Tio, I said one of the worst game movies that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, as in, aside from movable movies, too.
Wait, so was this?
But yeah, like I was saying, you see what I mean when it comes to the fan service of this movie. They'll have a character look appropriately, but they don't actually get the backstory and personality right. Which the
Okay.
first movie didn't really have that much of a problem with. And by the way, Kitana, the badass kicking princess, yeah, she's a damsel in distress at this point. Good job.
For most of the movie, actually.
She lasted shorter than Sonya did in the first movie.
Yep. Yes, Jova?
So to be fair, Jade is once again on Katana's side in this movie, so I guess he's not out of character. What the hell?
Don't tell him yet. Go ahead, Jova.
Oh god, what, is Jade gonna turn out to be a double agent or something?
I don't know.
Well, no. Well, yes. For some, don't ask me why.
The hell?
Yeah.
To both that scene and what
Jokes
Pedro
on
just
you,
said?
Kitana, that's my fetish.
That is true. But
Isn't he technically your father in the games?
No.
no.
Wait,
Well,
his
okay,
father was-
yeah,
was
true, that's right,
Father,
yeah.
stepfather, technically.
Stepfather.
King Jared.
The
yeah.
one thing that has been read, the only one thing that has been retconned tied to Kitana's family was in Aftermath recently. One thing that split a bit the fan base. The fan base essentially not even implies, pretty much tells in your face that Sindel has always been a dick, evil, and wanted to plot with Shao-Kahn instead of having her soul being corrupted.
Is it
Well,
just
to be
me,
fair-
or is it just me, or has Talisa Soto's acting somehow gotten worse?
Well, Teo, to be fair, can't we just throw that to when 9 started and the timeline split? That was one of the consequences. I mean, we could just throw that out to time travel.
I don't know. The way it's phrased, it seems to be that it was the thing the whole time, regardless.
So is it like on the level of Hail Hydra about to big retcons?
Well, more like it's more like disappointment rather than that, Jova. No,
Okay.
not exactly. Again, splitting the team.
Okay, Sonya, dick move.
Jax doesn't even know who Johnny is, you know.
Exactly.
Jax is literally your friend and partner. Like,
Remember, her character arc was learning to trust people.
apparently
And
she
yet,
forgot
for-
that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Not only that,
Jax makes a good point, actually.
also not only that, why did you bring him this far if you
Why was that necessary?
Okay, Sonya, if you brought him this far, what did you just plan to do? Just leave him there? Seriously?
Ugh, God, this.
Sonya's a dick in this.
Okay,
And I get it, I get it. She had
that's
feelings
just-
for
well-
I get it. She had feelings for Johnny and all, but now is not the time to let your feelings get in the
Okay,
way of saving
where-
the Earth, honey.
There was
True, but if the love of your
Oh,
shit, Milena.
And here's Melina. She looks fine, but once again, the movie will not explain who the hell this character is. So
Anyway, let me check. Where was this filmed actually? Paris Mountain on the island of Anglesey.
Anglesey.
All right, it was
Yeah,
mentioned in the previous
basically-
movie.
Anglesey in Wales, not England, as this film's credits claim.
Mud fight.
yes,
Well, this is the '90s, and WWE was at its peak, so yes, they knew their audience.
it's why is Melina even here though? Like,
And why does she dress like
If anything,
that?
she should be the one that taunts Kitana in their captive state.
yeah.
I guess she's here keeping watch because
Mind you, that the one that captured Kitana for Shao-Kahn was Scorpion, a character who's always neutral in allegiance. It's Melina who usually tries to capture the princess.
Oof.
and that's it. We don't even see Melina with her mask off.
Nope.
Oh god.
Oh.
Please
Yeah,
stop.
So Melina
What's
is
with
also
these little dragon creatures?
That's because that's something that this movie.
Oh, you know what?
Are they?
Oh!
Jack's during No Nut
Marks of
November after
Shao-Kahn
No
or
Nut
something?
November.
It's more like Drax off.
He's literally beating meat.
Seriously.
Let me explain though. That's the thing, Debs. This movie created this plot device where every time Shao Kahn brainwashes someone, they get a dragon on their back, and the movie later will actually explain that.
Drax, come on.
That's the question, though. Why the hell is Melina brainwashed by Shao Kahn? Melina was created by Shao Kahn. She obeys him regardless.
Oh, literally one of her greatest wishes in life is to get his love and affection.
Instead of Kitana, yeah.
And again,
So-
of all the things, they didn't show her famous mouth reveal. You
Ooh.
know, usually one of her gimmicks is the fact that she looks cute until she takes the mask off. Here, none of that, I guess.
Okay, so the others have been trying to find their way through Shao Kahn's minions to
I
get
am
reinforcements.
Jesus.
while
I am Jesus.
While Raiden instead tries to do the usual stupid thing we do
wait.
all the time, try to consult with the Elder Gods on the
I'm
situation.
sorry. Was Raiden in the spirit world? Because that looked more like
He's
Nevada.
about to.
That looked more like Nevada, okay?
Yes, Nevada is the spirit world if you're gambling.
This is well, like Taylor said, this is the usual thing. The Elder Gods are constantly being unreasonable, whereas Raven constantly begs, "Please be reasonable," and they're like, "No, nope." So
know-
The Mao
Hey,
XD.
Dwibs. You know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
How John Carter, a movie that takes place on Mars, took place in what was clearly just a southwestern desert. You know, like, I mean...
But look to see, Jover, that's how
Only three
Mars always
questions?
looks like in movies.
But it's okay, guys. Fortunately, for whatever reason, the director had the good sense of not creating giant CGI people to serve as the Elder God. Instead, he just shows the elements. So
Yeah.
as a result, the CGI is not as bad as it could have been in this scene.
I guess, to be fair, also, the Elder Gods
Kudos
hadn't
for
been...
small favors, I guess.
If I recall correctly, the Elder Gods hadn't really been shown in proper forms up to this point. Like, at most, we'd seen, like, a face on something, so...
No, the only Elder God that we actually got to see properly at this point was Shinnok.
Well, considering how humans are the ones who literally knock sense into you guys in the later game, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's always been the thing, Joe. Even in the original timeline. So
My point
Ooh,
exactly.
Star Wars wipe.
Yeah, speaking of Star Wars, that looks like the canyon from A New Hope.
We're just gonna find the 3PO and R2. I don't think this was actually filmed in Tunisia.
So basically, let me get to see if I understand, Sonia. Your plan is to basically just wander around randomly in the desert
Wait. Hold on, wait. No need to kill everyone. Hey,
And
how...
amazing-
How coincidental these two teams manages to find each other.
All right, that's
I
what I was
wonder
about
if
to.
it's some sort of trap.
That's what I was about to say. So Sonia's plan all this time was just to wander around in the desert at random, and somehow it works.
So
And also, she's
okay.
perfectly.
Oh,
she's perfectly clean.
my.
With no disrespect. What should she have done? Considering she got separated from the rest.
Also,
The actor who plays Raiden in the he would go on to be in Ratatouille.
Huh.
He played LaRousse.
Well, here's the thing, Deji. That's also what happens in the second game, where Sonya gets separated from the others, and what she does is she goes back to Earthrealm to ask Jax for help.
Oh, but he was also.
And then what?
Where the knights who said?
But he was also in Blade Trinity.
don't care.
Yes,
Wait, Pedro, I thought we already watched Monty Python.
we did, Deji, but unfortunately,
This music is so unfitting.
well, it's like I've told you, that movie was incredibly influential. So yeah, there you go. Anyway,
Oh, Raiden is hopeless. Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
Here it is.
And here's Raiden's new look. This is terrible.
yes, this is Raiden's new look.
I don't get this design though.
Nobody does, Deji. Nobody does.
It's a new look.
Yeah,
Hey.
everyone's disappointed.
Hey, remember how Raiden had his iconic head in the first movie? I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, literally the only one who looks on point is Jax. Well, and Liu Kang, I guess.
Well, yeah, Robin Shao, of course, this guy was born to play Liu Kang, so that's just good by default.
Honestly, Liu Kang, it's not your fault. You literally could not have seen that coming.
What's the deal with your arms?
Don't worry, we'll have an entire episode dedicated to that stupidity in Defenders of the Realm. So,
And yes, we're trying to go for the same. We're trying to go through the same arc that Jax had in Defenders of the Realm. The fact that he thinks he's too dependent on the arms and he has to learn.
the sad part there is that this movie actually handles that better than Defenders of the Realm.
Really?
There you go, Defenders of the Realm. You've managed to make me have to compliment Annihilation.
Here's the thing, Jova. We have an entire episode dedicated to this topic, and not much happens.
Wait,
No.
wait.
Whereas in here, they just have the usual thing where basically, Jova, in this movie, the metal arms are actually part of Jax's arc, as in he's not confident enough in his own abilities, so he has to use those. He uses those things because he doesn't think he's strong enough. But later at the end of the movie, he figures out that no, he is strong enough. He just has to believe in himself, and he takes off the metal arms and finishes off the final battle without the arms.
Okay.
So, okay. Don't get me wrong. It's standard, generic, cookie cutter, and yet it still has a base structure that the cartoon wasn't even able to replicate.
Okay.
Also, Sindar can scream shit like shit in the game. So
Oh,
kudos, I
That's
guess.
neat.
okay. Were we literally only gonna get that one scene with Shao-Kahn having his full-on skeleton helmet thing? Because, like, he's had that for a grand total of one scene in this movie.
My guess is, Jova, they wanted to be able for us to see the actor's face. Problem is, this actor is so horrible in this cast that I don't think that's gonna help, guys. I think they'll actually look better.
To be honest, though, I'm surprised. Quite a few of the actors from this movie managed to have careers still
This is
going
the
to this
worst
day. I
evil
mean,
laugh I've ever seen.
Well,
the actor
okay.
playing Shao-Kahn, Brian Thompson. He was recently in stuff like 911, The Orville, and Hawaii Five-0, and he had a long career doing stuff for Star Trek, most recently Star Trek Enterprise.
I think I can see why. While this movie is dead, I can see why this movie would be considered one of the worst movies of all time. I get the feeling that it wasn't as well known or remembered until, the internet really helped us remember this one. Because,
Yes.
okay, Mortal Kombat was on the rise, but it wasn't something big like, say, Superman or Batman, so... the Realm surprisingly looks like...
Same people.
The Realm surprisingly looks like it came out of an X-Men movie. Has a destroyed bridge and everything.
Wait a minute. Realms are merging,
Yes.
especially
That's
the
what-
real world.
That's because Reggie. That's
CGI. Jesus Christ, Pedro! Don't you see? This is the plot to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
not just that, Deji. That's actually taken from Free because that's what Shao-Kahn does in Free. He merges both Outworld and Earthrealm together. So again, the movie is basically haphazardly mashing plots from Free games together at random.
It's funny you
basically.
mention that, Dej, because the Super Mario Brothers movie would come out a year after this.
Wait, Didn't that movie come out in '93?
No, 98.
Let
I'm
me check.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Super Mario Bros. Was the first major Hollywood
Oh
one.
yeah,
came out in
yeah,
93.
yeah. You're right.
What were you confused with, Java?
I
I'm
think
not quite
98
sure.
was Actually, I don't think I know which one. You look. No, this guy doesn't look anything like Shinnok. Why even give him
It
the name
doesn't even
Shinnok?
it doesn't even look like the beta Shino from Mythologies.
Never sorcerer.
Wow!
You see, all this movie needs to be as cheesy and over the top. And
Okay,
we would've forgiven
okay.
it.
Okay, you know what I think is the problem? It feels like they made Shao-Kahn the new Melina to Shinnok being the Shao-Kahn. Because he's all about pleasing Daddy Dearest, like Melina.
It's so stupid.
Again,
And
literally,
Why even have Shinnok in this game to begin with?
Literally.
You already
Movie.
have plenty
Movie.
of.
okay.
I mean,
Not-
it looks like a video game.
Not only that, I kind of have a problem with how they're kind of overusing Shao Kahn here. I feel like the effectiveness of Shao Kahn was how little you saw of him until, near the end here and there. Something that was even replicated in the first movie. Like, again, maybe it should be Melina who's taking the point more so, where Shao Kahn is the guy awaiting them. Oh, hey,
Oh,
Cinda.
Or even Cinderella as well. Why not? Since she's at this point.
Yes,
under
we
brainwash.
saw The Exorcist. Ha ha ha.
Also, this music, so unfitting.
Smoke?
Chameleon, I think,
Oh, yeah, Chameleon.
or a
Sort of-
bunch of reptiles.
Wait, there's a character named Chameleon.
Yes.
Okay, there's one thing I've noticed about John R. Leonetti movies that, from what
No!
I understand, from what I've heard, they all have in common.
You know another thing
Oh.
that the first movie had that this movie
He's
does not?
he's
Wait!
terrible at directing actors.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute, hold on. This looks exactly like one of the sets from the first movie.
Probably recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, why is this movie so cheap when the budget is so much higher?
I mean,
I don't know.
if you have a place to reuse, might as well do it.
Fair enough, yeah. But
Did
again,
they spend most of the budget on Robin Shu's haircut or something?
You know another thing? Also, this choreography is terrible. It's another thing. The choreography in the first movie was really good. The choreography in this movie, it's mostly just backflips. Look at this.
All right, Pedro. Here's my standard for choreography. If your action is worse than Power Rangers, there's a problem.
Yep.
I'm
Basically.
guessing we
Which
hit
is
that
also funny
threshold.
because
Yeah, it's worse than Power Rangers.
which is funny because the Power Rangers movie released this year as well.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Yeah,
So,
Wait, didn't
the Turbo.
Oh, the Turbo one. Okay.
Oh, was Turbo good?
No.
I haven't actually seen it in years, so I'll have to
No,
watch it
and-
again.
I,
and
I
yeah.
don't remember.
guess I know what movie we're watching. We're
And
watching
yet,
the first one first.
And yet the effects and sets look better than this.
Yeah.
Let me check. How much did Turbo cost?
Dang. Dang, why is Jax hitting on Jade like that?
Because Jax likes her legs, Dead.
Can
The
you
movie-
Because Kotal Khan wouldn't be a thing until years from now, Deji.
Okay, I'm with Joe.
I
Also,
mean,
not the
it
tourist
looks the
file. Also, I'm with Joe on this one. Can you keep your helmet and mask on, Shao-Kahn, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a superhero comic book movie
It's-
effect,
it's the whole-
where it's like the villain, the actors don't feel comfortable wearing the costumes sometimes, so they'll be like, can we please take it off?
it's the horror movie principle. The more you show the monster, the less intimidating it becomes.
I guess now Daddy is
Oh god, I
proud.
didn't even realize that Shao Kahn does his fingernails.
It's also, by the way, you know another thing that the first movie had that this movie doesn't? Fucking context. The first movie actually bothered to explain why they're fighting and actually set up confrontations. Like Sonya and Kano.
The
You know?
base in general, Pedro. The first one was, since it didn't thought up only one game, was more methodical. It took its time to do stuff, even if it came over some stuff. This one it tries to up the ante so much that it rushes most of its scenes.
Yeah.
You know what this is like?
There-
This is like one of those fan fictions where the writer wants to hurry to the awesome, cool, grandiose scenes, but forgets those important, quiet scenes in between that help build up, explain,
Yeah, I can
and,
see what you mean,
give
Java.
credence.
And then Sonya finds Milena, and they get in the mud, and they get cover each other, and they touch each other a lot.
Yep. Fan fiction, all right.
Oh,
Suddenly,
Okay, I guess it's time for another fight scene.
against.
Okay, that's the thing. I know it's called Mortal Kombat, but I mean the combat's terrible.
Okay. This is definitely a case where more is not necessarily good, and it's another case of it being too much of a good thing. Yes, we do come for the fights here, but there's so many of them without little context or whatnot that...
It's like the Street Fighter movie. I mean, I know it's called Street Fighter, so you expect street fights. But there's literally a scene
Oh, hey,
where when
Baraka.
you go to a mission, bring
Baraka
people to
looks
mission for the last
terrible.
10 seconds.
Wait, hold on. Does
Baraka
he...
looks like a Power Rangers monster.
Okay. So, question, guys: does Baraka look better here or in X-Men Origins Wolverine?
What?
Baraka fool.
Oh, you're talking about Deadpool?
Yeah.
Baraka fool.
God.
Okay, look, so Jovo, don't make me choose. There is no right answer to this.
I don't know what's sad. The fact that this is terrible or the fact that that movie made in 2011 is bad enough to be compared to this.
Whoa.
That movie came out in 2009.
Oh, God, it did come out in 2009, yeah.
His point still stands, though.
Yeah.
First Class came out in 2011.
Yeah, I keep getting those two mixed up for some reason. Which is weird because First
feels like
Class...
it came out longer than it did.
Yeah, First Class I'd say is definitely still a contender for best X-Men movie of the bunch here. And that's kind of ironic because it doesn't even have a lot of the classic cast from that series.
I mean, it has one.
Yeah, one. And he's there for like a few seconds.
What a cameo.
But they're one of the best few seconds in the movie.
Yeah.
God.
And
You
there's
know
Baraka.
how he looked like?
What?
He looked like Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie if it was just a skin, not a costume.
Okay. Guess
Oh, here's the stupidest scene in the movie.
how stupid can it get? Wait,
Just watch.
that's it?
There you go.
Dead.
Yep.
She was dead.
Shiva does not go down that easy,
So,
like
Michael,
ever.
wait, I had to seriously, I had to turn away from the screen and I missed it.
Yes.
Wait. Only your love can reunite her body and soul?
Okay.
That a load of
Okay,
balls.
So how
to be
did she get
fair-
here?
To be fair, that this is kind of what it also is in Free, where Kitana is trying to reach Sindel so she can tell her about her true past and shit like that. It's just that they throw in the power of love thing to make it cheesy, and that's the problem. Ugh.
It looks like
mean-
she's about to make out with her mother.
Oh no.
That's
Okay,
Well, I
Java,
mean,
I don't want to.
That's kind of hot.
Dej, I don't
Well, I
want to look
mean-
at your internet history. Thank you.
I mean, considering her mum looks younger than she does.
But Wibbs, what are you saying? Her mother has white strands of hair. That
It's like the climax of a Maleficent movie in reverse.
But Wibbs, her mother has white strands of hair. Of course she looks older than her own daughter, right?
But plenty of young people have white stripes in their hair.
Like Reed.
Oh wait, okay. What I recall is correct. Oh. So
Man, it's
Again,
amazing how
the-
this predates Mortal Kombat 11.
Again, this is archery in hindsight, considering what happens in Aftermath.
so what? Is she still brainwashed, or is this
No,
supposed to be
well-
a big reveal in the
well,
context of
I-
this movie? In the context
like
of
I
this
said-
movie.
No, she's still brainwashed.
Okay.
Because she actually becomes nice at the end.
Also, yeah, so that's this movie trying to implement.
Java, Jade is evil for some reason.
Why?
Because, Jova, because.
By the way, that was not that face.
That doesn't really answer his question, but
I
okay.
love how Kitana has zero reaction to the betrayal of Jake.
Oh, wait, hold on. What's this?
Also, this
What's
scene's
this?
stupid.
Okay,
Also,
she's
seizure warning.
she's spinning around.
That's
She's
all
spinning
done.
around.
You're not Linda Carter. Stop it.
Somebody stop her! Oh my God! You literally let Jade escape. Why didn't you stop her?
I don't know.
And again, you guys literally
Our
let.
heroes, everyone.
Seriously,
Like I said,
the camera was literally on Jade, just whoop, 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 whoop,
Well, I
whoop,
mean, to be
sneaking
fair,
away.
the characters. Remember, this isn't Deadpool. They can't see the camera.
like I said, Deji, I'm still at the very least willing to give Aftermath the benefit of the doubt and say that because of the timeline red starting with 9, you can argue that it changed how Sindel was, and even then at the end of Aftermath they reset the timeline again anyway, so it's not like it's gonna last anyway.
All right, so should I save this take for the end?
Thank you for
Now
telling
was
us
it.
that, Katana.
Terrible exposition, why not?
Mortal Kombat Annihilation is basically a bad Power Rangers movie.
Which is sad because technically we already had two of those by the time this movie came out.
So I should have just said Power Rangers movie. Gotcha.
Oh, but guys, Raiden now has a dragon tattoo too, just like the other people who have tried to kill
He's
him.
explaining now. He's explaining what the is.
I'm secretly Shao-Kahn's brother. Wait.
Yes.
Wait! No, wait! I was actually joking! What? No!
More like cousin, Joe.
That's still wrong and messed up.
Okay, let me recap what they're just doing right now, Dwebs. They're turning the primary leader of the good guys into the brother of the primary leader of the bad guys of the franchise.
Okay.
Again, fiction.
Okay,
Oh,
you
actually,
know...
he's his brother. I forgot about this.
Yep. Okay, you know what? I can't believe I'm gonna
This is
say
very
this.
dumb, though.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but to be fair to Transformers 2007, it made some kind of sense making Optimus and Megatron brothers. Like, the two have always, not always, but in a lot of
were they really brothers? I thought they were brothers in the sense of they're the same species, but used to be best friends.
I'm pretty sure...
all of the bots technically, but since they were all created by the Allspark anyway.
Well, apparently...
That was a Kenshiro quote.
Not always, Pedro. In some continuities, some can come from different families or sexual...
Oh, God.
Ah,
And Jake dies, by the way.
I don't know what's worse, being beaten by the monster, or maybe she died because of how terrible it looked.
You know what's sad? I think Shao-Kahn and his lair have killed more bad guys than the heroes have.
I think
That's
so.
How sad is that? The bad guys doing a better job of killing the bad guys than the good guys are.
But
That's when you know. That's
Oh
when
my
you know
God, you're
your
right.
That's when you know your movie's written like shit. There you go.
but
Also, who's this guy supposed to be?
Motaro. Even though he doesn't look anything like
Oof.
Motaro.
Oh,
Okay. To be fair, physically he looks like Motaro. It's just that his face doesn't look anything like Motaro's face.
his face looks like that typical douche you see in a bar.
So let's recap. Shinnok is Shao Kahn's father, and Shao Kahn and Raiden are brothers.
So what the hell happened with Shinnok on that night when those two were conceived, I wonder?
Too much tequila.
Okay, but like I said, with Optimus and Megatron, yeah, there are many ways you could argue that the whole them being brothers thing actually worked. And that was in a Michael Bay movie. You're being outdone by Michael Bay. Just look at yourself.
Which is
think-
interesting because
Get in the corner and think about what you've done.
what year did Pearl Harbor come out again? 97 or 98? One of the two.
2001.
I thought it was 2003.
No,
2001.
Oh, was it? Oh no, you're right. No, it was Armageddon that came out around this time. Armageddon, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Armageddon is terrible too, so I guess we can throw that at him as well.
And Armageddon also kills half of its cast with pointless deaths. So
Yeah.
I can't believe this movie is actually still
okay,
going. Oh, you know.
no, this music is a bit better actually. But yeah, also notice how the pace.
Seizure warning.
Also notice how the pace is slow to a crawl. Now that the climax is about to settle in. Again, this movie has such a terrible pace. Also, Twin Towers.
So I'm guessing all the people in the world are pretty much dying with them being brought here. Also, yeah, Luke King's home.
That's kind of what's happening, Joel, with the merging. Yes.
Yes. Basically.
This is why the merging is important to be prevented, because the losing world will only be assimilated on a physical level, but it's only a part of its inhabitants will survive. Most of them will die.
And they're not dead already, despite the fact that the buildings and everything look
It's
ruined.
a slow process, Jova.
Yeah, apparently not to the buildings, though, because they look like they've already gone through the freaking Armageddon here. Ugh, God, this movie. Just... whew.
So we're literally back where we started.
You know, this movie is one of those ones that are an endurance. Like, it's
Also,
definitely a
Ermac,
test
are you
of
gonna do
endurance.
anything in this movie?
Alright,
Also, this music.
Oh,
It's time for the
finally!
final-
He's actually wearing the skull helmet!
Don't expect that's the last Jova, though.
That particular shot was actually very amateurish, the close-up on Shao-Kahn.
Ermac, what are you doing here? I get that you usually
I think he's
do
celebrating-
Shao-Kahn's bidding.
I think he's celebrating the fact that he's literally one of the few bad guys to have made it to this point and not get killed off in silly fashion.
Yeah, seriously, Rain had no reason to be killed like that.
Oh, hey!
No. Dude, that's not how you do it. You do it like this. Can
I come to bargain.
Can we get Steve Ritchie in here?
So, again, I'll ask, was there any point to making Raiden Shinnok's son and Shao Kahn's brother?
No, they're just doing it so that please
Wait,
reconsider
wait.
father.
Dweebs, now
Raiden is also related.
Shinoki is the gatekeeper.
All right. If I'm going to give credit, that actually does sound like something Raiden would say. It is not weak to value life when arguing against one of the bad guys. That's exactly something that Raiden would say.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though.
Raiden and Shao Kahn are brothers?
Yes,
In this
That's
movie.
dumb.
and Shinnok is the father of both.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is. Fan fiction tier. Gone.
And it...
No, don't do it.
Really?
God damn it.
Really? Come on! You know, there's gotta be a special genre for when movies or any adaptation in general does this, constantly teasing us with the character looking like they should,
There you
only
go.
to go
Raiden's dead.
and... Wait, what?
Why did you bother even?
Wait. You're telling me that Mr. Super Genius, I'ma become immortal to help with my brilliant plan, is dead?
Yep.
Well,
Wait. I'm
Move on,
sorry.
please.
I'm sorry. Are we supposed to be taking this seriously?
I actually do. Okay, if this interaction was actually built up, I would like it. Go.
He looks like he's passing a kidney stone. Yes, but now we're...
Thank you. Okay, see, here's the thing. You know what frustrates me the most about that interest change that we just saw? If like, I can definitely see that happening in one of the new games. Like, if Raiden ever died for whatever reason, I can definitely see Raiden literally telling Liu Kang, "I'm happy to die, immortal like you," because that's because Raiden's the only god in the Mortal Kombat universe that actually gives a crap about mortals and actually likes them. So that actually sounds like something Raiden would. Yeah, that actually does sound like something Raiden would say, and that's what pisses me off the most. The fact that that's that's a little glimpse at a much better story we could have gotten if they actually bothered to build up to something like that.
Here's the problem. Oh, also, guys, look, conveniently, now there's enough bad guys for each of our heroes to take on one-on-one, essentially.
So yeah, first we have Jax versus Motaro.
But yeah, seriously though, here's my biggest problem with the death. Raiden was just standing there. He didn't even try to dodge the freaking blast.
Dodge.
Yeah, obvious
They wanna-
TFS
Well, we
joke.
know what he doesn't drive.
They wanted to have a sappy death scene, Jova.
Yeah, very forced too. Oh man.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. The heroes are still outnumbered, seeing as how Shinnok is also there too.
One thing
But
I will
Shinnok
say.
isn't supposed to participate in this.
One thing that I will say is that I really like Jax's
Ooh.
earlier.
Okay, you know, when you say it
Uh,
like that, it just seems more sultry more than anything.
One thing I will say is that I did like Jax's earlier taunt when it comes to saying, I'll take Motaro. Is Mr. Ed is mine. So that's nice. Again, Jax is the only character that this movie got pretty much fine, really. Jax
Did
is
the
only one
actor
that managed
get-
to come.
Did the actor get something out of it, I wonder?
Well, most of the actors got careers, so I'm assuming he did too.
I wonder.
Also,
Okay,
much like
so-
the final battle of Mortal Kombat 3, it takes place during the storm of emerging.
And of course, Shao-Kahn does it without the cool skull helmets on. Like, I get him doing with the cape off, but really? Without the... Like,
Boom.
Oh, there you go! He did his move! He did his move in the game, guys! Yay!
again, yeah, Jax really
It's
is
those
probably one of
moments
the
where it
better
looks
choices.
like there is a spark of this understanding its source material, but it's then immediately ruined by something else.
Yeah, the first.
Oh, the close-up.
Again, I guess Paul Anderson really was the major responsible for the first movie's quality because really, seriously,
Also,
here's the-
Shao-Kahn did one of his taunts, weak and pathetic.
yeah, that's the thing. There's the thing too. Like,
Yeah,
remember,
Dej, this is what she sees.
that's the thing too. Remember, that's the thing too. I remember at the time, Steve Ritchie, one of Midway's developers, was still Shao Kahn's official voice at the time, and he will always be the one true Shao Kahn to me, just because of how awesome his things were in Free and Trilogy. You know,
What a
Especially-
bet.
Hell, even in popular consensus, like even non-Mortal Kombat fans, when they reference the fatality, you always reference specifically Steve Ritchie's delivery of it. Not even
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. I have one problem here. I thought
one.
Jax
I have
was
major. I have several.
Okay. We're doing that, but
Oh, okay, now
Is it-
out of nowhere,
is it
Ermac
Jax?
can summon
One
Luke
at a
Skywalker.
time, one at a time,
Hold
one
on.
at a
Go ahead,
time.
Jack.
Isn't Jax supposed to lose his arms? Like I thought, why does he have?
We already mentioned it, that in the original timeline, they're not ripped off. They are actually, implants on top of his
Okay.
existing arms.
It's the newer
But still,
timeline
the
that
fact that
makes
they
it.
were
But yeah.
removed like that.
Out of nowhere, Ermac can summon Noob Saibot for some reason.
At this point, the movie stopped caring.
And now Jax is about to finally fight without his mechanical
Okay.
upgrades.
Oh,
Yes, Sonya
Ooh.
finally learned to ask for help.
Oh, he's cyborg now. It's not the man. It's not the machine. It's the man.
yeah,
It's-
kinda.
Maybe,
But he
maybe
doesn't
should've
say
played
booyah,
Cyborg
though,
in
Dej.
the movie.
It's just like, okay, it really is one of those cases. Well, see, here's the thing: when people reference the fatality, like I said, they always reference specifically Steve Ritchie's delivery of it from Free and Trilogy. Fatality. Because Steve Ritchie's delivery of the words in Free and Trilogy is so iconic, and so perfect. And this guy playing Shao Kahn doesn't even try to.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
And this guy playing Shao Kahn doesn't even try to have his quotes sound even remotely cool.
All right, so Pedro, you're gonna scream right now.
What?
Apparently, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe referenced that Raiden and Shao Kahn are brothers.
Wait, it does?
No.
I
Wait, it
completely
does?
forgot about that.
I haven't actually
Does
gotten
it?
to that game yet.
I just saw the bio right now.
I guess since okay, to be fair, MK8 isn't canon, so I guess I'm
Oh
okay.
no, here we go.
Because they do reference it in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, and
Here we
are we gonna
go.
have more crappy CGI?
Oh,
It's
wait.
it's time for the
Wait
animality
a
to
minute,
show
wait a
up.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, guys, that kind of makes me wonder, what the hell happened to Nighthawk? He kind of just vanished from the plot, unless he was...
Nightwolf, he's just there to give advice to Liu Kang and Van Gogh. Yes.
Unless they're implying that Nightwolf was actually Jade in disguise the whole time.
Oh boy, here we go. Things are about to get even.
Oh!
Also,
which
okay, I'm
CGI
sorry. Why is Shao-Kahn Yamatano Orochi? I'm sorry.
No. This is Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
And there you go, Jova. This is the moment where pretty much everybody left the theater in disgust.
You know, I gotta say, they had some amazing endurance to have made it this far, but yeah, if nothing
Also,
else...
why is
did
there
it,
no
this is-
music during this fight? Oh, there we go. My god, this is terrible.
Are you serious?
Gee.
Okay. Honestly, guys, is this CG better or worse than?
Worse.
Then what?
Worse, yeah. Worse.
Worse.
I'm gonna have to say worse.
And this film came out 15 years before that.
Well, to be
Well,
fair,
then
well,
Oh, thank God it's over.
okay, Dwib, think about it. Which release date are you talking about? The intended release date or the actual release date?
The actual one.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's another thing that this movie gets wrong. Believe it or not, guys, the Elder Gods are actually about to reinforce the rules of Mortal Kombat. That in itself is also scandalous, because the Elder Gods never do
Wait.
that.
Wait, but Shinnok, this was
Wait.
all part of your
Also,
plan,
you
so...
can tell that Shinnok's voice actor is dubbed over because he's German.
There you go. Two of the Elder Gods come in and stop Shinnok from interfering.
They really put their hands on his shoulders.
Wow, so for the first time, we actually got to see proper Elder Gods.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, sorry, movie. You
You
haven't earned the right.
you haven't earned at all this.
You haven't earned the right to play this awesome music in your final battle. Sorry.
Also, according to what 11 stated about essentially this being an alternate timeline, this pretty much still stated that everything about this is still manipulated by Chronica in some fashion.
That explains a lot.
And it's over.
Wow.
Here's the thing. Here's what happened to you. See, she started this timeline, this particular movie timeline. Okay, the first movie really well. Then the events of this movie happened, and Chronica was all like,
Nope, reset.
Let's just erase that from history. Why not?
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. He was trying to jax him to death.
Like I said.
Oh, now the music's back to you.
Okay. Okay, remind me again, Deji, where exactly in 11 do they reference MK8, aka versus DC?
You know how Raiden's having the visions of him and Liu Kang fighting?
Near the end, the story mode.
One of those stages was from Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Well, here's the thing, Deji. We already established in 9 that he has knowledge from both timelines anyway, because
it was seeing multiple different timelines.
Sure. Well,
okay. He didn't hit him. He didn't hit him with the kick.
Wow, guys, Liu Kang is just that powerful. His kicks now generate airbending.
Also, I'll tell you about that later. That the movie's almost over.
Oh no!
Shinnok becomes a Cenobite.
No, it was put in the Phantom Zone clearly. Like, what the hell?
Oh.
And
it's really.
Did he just impact on the camera?
That was a nice Metroid cameo. But...
Also, here we go. Reality is reassessing.
Also, yeah, Shao-Kahn literally turned into paste.
Stock footage.
Ah.
Stock footage.
Stock footage!
Also, why of the landmarks you chose only 2 American one and the 2 FL?
The only places that matter.
Was someone in the team French development team?
And there you go. Cinderella's reverted back to her original nice persona. So there you go.
Because that's how it works.
High
So this was,
five.
hang on, this was before all this shit happened. Where's Johnny Cage?
He died,
Feel
at the,
dead.
he died at the beginning. Lips. The only thing defeating Shao-Kahn does, Lips, is turn the world back to normal. It doesn't actually revive anybody.
I mean, that would just be a cop-out anyway.
And there you go. Just like in 4, Raiden gets made into an Elder God. See?
Because he has truly proven
nice.
Okay,
himself.
no, if they bring back Raiden, no excuse for Johnny.
That's the thing. Remember that it's the Elder Gods. The Elder Gods just are dicks and will only do whatever they feel like doing.
I love that line. Was I dead?
Wow, all of us.
One of us.
Also, Jackson's a dog tag.
Oh yeah,
for
that's
some
right.
reason.
We had a thing.
You're still supposed to be
so,
a couple.
I will. So.
Again, what is with her in the neck maneuver? Does she like it when their necks touch like that?
Joe, some people have particular kinks.
Ha.
Sure, whatever. Let's get wasted.
So can we relax for reals now? Like, let's not forget, this was literally like a day or two after the original tournament, so can we now relax for real?
Yes, we
Also,
can.
I find-
Yes, we can. This one doesn't
find
end a
like-
cliffhanger. Don't
I
worry.
find it kind of insulting the fact that essentially it ends with the same team as it started, minus Johnny Cage. Again, the death of Johnny Cage at the beginning feels so pointless.
Hey, but
It's
look
not
at
even a
this.
thing. It's not even like a thing that the actor had to die or something, and yeah,
Hey.
it just stops like that.
Yeah,
Hey, but
the
look
movie
at
doesn't
the-
even end.
Hey,
It
wait a
just
minute,
stops.
wait a minute. What about Scorpion? Wasn't he working for
What
Shao-Kahn?
about Sub-Zero?
Yeah.
We dropped that plot point like an hour ago.
No,
Sorry,
but
everyone.
ser-
go to sleep.
But seriously, what happened to those two?
Oh, look, Lawrence Kasanoff worked on the story.
Oh, yeah,
Gee,
that's right.
This explains a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Based on the video game series made by Ed Boon and John Tobias. Yep.
Anyway, to answer your question from before, Dej, I get the idea. Especially if we can actually accept that in one particular alternate timeline, Raiden and Shao Kahn were still brothers. It might be stupid, but I can imagine it's one hypothetical scenario. What 11 does is to say that all timelines existed in some kind of fashion, but what the real one that matters, quote unquote, are the ones from the original and the one from 9 onward, and eventually the one that gets formed afterward.
Is there
So
an
there's
after
that.
credits scene for this?
No.
No.
Liu Kang will not be invited to the Justice League initiative. So, final thoughts?
So I mean, yeah, this film still is one of my favorite bad movies, mainly because of all the crazy stuff that happens. You've got the terrible special effects, even by 1997 standards. You've got the hokey acting. You've got the crazy nonsensical quote plot, and the terrible fight scenes.
So how does the movie feel now that you actually know about Mortal Kombat lore?
On this each over, I feel exactly the same as when I first. It's still very entertaining, even though it is still incredibly bad. Well, mind you, considering 1997 was the year of crap film sequels, not exactly that surprised. And plus, I'm kind of numb, really, to bad sequels to come out that year. I mean, overall, I think this, in terms of like so bad it's good sequels that came out that year, I would rather watch this over Speed 2, on account that this movie at least has all sorts of so bad it's good things. Like you've got all the things that I mentioned just earlier. All Speed 2 has going for it is Willem Dafoe. Everything else is just incredibly boring.
I'd still argue that Speed 2 has more credence to being an actual good movie, just, a terrible sequel. But I can see where you're coming from, I suppose. Oh my god, Ray Park was in this.
Was he a stunt guy?
He was
Whatever.
Raiden's double.
Okay. All right, that's Mortal Kombat Annihilation V. Crap, fun though, and and well, I guess I have to give credit to John Tobias in one way. I know he only co-wrote the story, but in a way, he dealt two double blows to his own series in the same year.
Also, this is crash-worthy music.
All right, Jova, go ahead.
Wow. I can definitely see why this movie garnered the reputation it did. Like, it's a special kind of bad with a tasted flavor of hell to pay. It gets so many characters wrong that the first movie got right. Again, even some of the characters from the original are now terrible here. Sonya especially, because once again she has to learn to trust people. Again. Raiden is just downgraded from a wise, subtle mentor to a fun idiot who got lucky, honestly, when you get down to it. Like, yeah, I get it. Supposedly the whole becoming mortal thing was all noble here. He doesn't do much. He gets killed. Jesus. Sindel. Yeah, she looks uber young in this movie, and the scenes with her are terrible, or just flat out stupid. The spinning scene in general. And again, I cannot stress enough how most of the bad guys meet their ends not at the hands of the heroes, but at Shao-Kahn and his lair. Hell, Shiva literally just gets floor dropped. Well, not so much floor dropped, but like, oh, she gets killed by a cage falling on top of her. Like, dang. Just dang. It's a special kind of dickish showing off a character, sometimes not even getting their looks right on purpose, and then just killing them off instead of having them do a thing. Like, ouch. Serious major ouch. And yeah, killing Johnny Cage was pointless the way they did it. Like, seriously pointless and just an insult. The only enjoyment I get out of this, without it being ironic, is definitely with Jax. Like, Jax, he actually does have a proper story arc. I'll give him credit in this movie. And again, one that this movie carries out for the most part. So, congrats, there's your one good thing about this movie. Everything else, I only get enjoyment from how bad it is. I mean, I guess it's nice that Sindel is released, but I don't really know what she's like released, because she's literally only released at the tail end of the movie, so... The effects are beyond terrible, and again, look, in an adaptation, if you want to constantly change a character from being good to bad or vice versa, then you better make something amazing out of that character, okay? You better do something good with it. Otherwise, you just end up with problems like Iron Man 3, and that's exactly what they ended up doing with Jade. Holy crap. Why is Jade a token bad guy who once again just gets off by Shao-Kahn?
Hell, she doesn't even get... Did she get killed? I think she just went away.
No, she gets eaten by the CGI demon.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Who then literally burps comedically after eating her, cause lol, bodily functions. Like, for something that's supposed to be like, oh, a PG-13 movie, you really resorted to a belching joke? I really want to know, what happened with the budget of this movie? It's not like they got high prolific actors. It's not like these effects are anything to write home about. I wonder, was there, like, a whole bunch of movies that they shot, but then, the footage got lost, so they had to, at the last minute, recompile something? Because, how can a movie...
Well, apparently, yes, Jova. Remember, apparently they were going to actually explain Shinnok better, but those scenes got cut.
I get the idea that in an early draft there was supposed to be Quan Chi at some point. It really feels odd of Shinnok being alone in this.
And yeah, again, the changes made here are just weird here, like... There weren't too many changes, ironically, in the first movie. If there were changes, it was mainly about the characters' looks as opposed to the characters themselves here. Here, they changed downright story details, and again... Okay, I don't inherently hate the idea of Raiden being Shao Kahn's brother or Shinnok's son. Now, don't get me wrong, I immediately get negative thoughts when I think about it, but I will say that there was potential to possibly do something interesting with it.
And I agree with that. Because it's supposed to be like polar opposites. Like, say Shao Kahn's supposed to be a demigod like Raiden, see how one sees humans and life and the other wants to rule and cause destruction. As a parallel. But no, they botched it.
They literally do almost nothing with it, so yeah, it just comes off as a bastardization of the characters, which is pretty much what this movie mostly is, a bastardization upon bastardization. Like,
No, even if you take away the context of the first movie, so of the source material, like just think about this as just a sequel to the original film. Don't even think about the games.
Oh,
Even by the standards of the first film, this is a bastardization.
Okay. Let's go a step further. Let's imagine that this isn't an adaptation of the games, or even a sequel to a relatively good video game adaptation movie. What do we have to look at with this movie in and of itself here? Bland, generic action. A plot that is very, very hard to follow here and there. Characters who just come and go with little or no context, again. And, a story arc or two that maybe works, but most of them really just don't here. What is this movie all on its own here? Nothing. Well, nothing of good merit anyway. It's just a dumpster file in that regard.
Yeah.
Also, this music.
Yeah, that's another thing. The music is not as good in this movie. Sure, yeah, there are definitely some banger tracks here and there, but overall, not good. Here's the thing about this movie. It lacks energy in the right places, but it overdoes it with energy in the wrong places as well. Seriously, like I said, I get that this is supposed to be a movie about fighting, but they focus more on fighting than anything else at the point where the plot is a nonsensical mix. And I get that some people may say, oh, that's what we paid tickets for, but I think the idea is that we paid for fights, but with a coherent narrative to help string them along. Otherwise, might as well just be watching a best of clips on YouTube. And yeah, I get that YouTube wasn't really a thing when this came out, but all the same though, this feels legit like they just wanted to make, a video game with the lack of plot that there is. And at the end of the day, even by video game standards, this would just be bad. Bad. It's Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and I can definitely see why people consider it one of the worst movies of all time.
Deji.
It was boring. I wasn't mad or annoyed or offended, because I'm not big on Mortal Kombat, unlike you guys, especially Pedro, because I know he has a lot to say.
I've been playing these games since the very beginning, so yeah.
God, so what, 25 years?
Yep.
Damn.
I bought the original Mega Drive version back in the day.
But I don't know. It was boring. The choreography sucks. This movie relies way too heavily on CG, especially with that fight in the end. It looks, I can't believe I'm saying it, it makes Transformers Beast Wars look good.
Yeah.
The Raiden being brothers to Shao-Kahn is bad because it, like Jova said, it adds nothing. The story is... That's the thing. We can't even describe its plot because it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's just
G-Deji. It's like that. G-Deji. It's like trying to blend 3 games plots into one movie was a bad idea or something.
Was Shao Kahn the villain of the second game?
Yes. He was the villain of 2 and 3. Yes.
Okay. Maybe I can understand if they were going to... I can understand. Okay, Shao Kahn's trying to merge the worlds as his big plan, that's fine. If he just wants to erase 2, okay, just go straight to free fall. Sure, whatever. But the way it's done, it's like Sonya runs into Jax. There's no build up, no correlation. It just that was convenient. From what I saw, the romance between Liu Kang and Kitana, there was it kind of felt forced because I know, yes, they have feelings for each other in the games, but in the first movie, it felt like an alliance they were building up to. Now it's like I have feelings for her, but it's like, for why? it comes up. I understand. I say this as someone that watches a lot of movies where the romance feels not built up well. It's just I'm in love with her. But sure, why not? But this feels bad.
Mm-hmm.
The Sindel thing. Granted, she is hot, but at the same time, it's oh my god, mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
Look, her being hot can only carry it so much.
It's like you had all these characters from the games, but it's like they were just glorified cameos for the most part. Like with the first movie, it had like a small set of characters. So yeah, you had the 3 heroes plus Kano, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden, and like you had a sizable enough cast. Well, even though the only characters you botched were Scorpion and Sub-Zero, for the most part, you got everyone right.
And you established them. You built them up.
Yes.
Oh my god, that just makes me realize. So they got Scorpion and Sub-Zero relatively right in this movie, only to have them disappear from the plot.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Can't have good Scorpion and Sub-Zero in these movies, apparently.
I am genuinely curious, like, what happens? Because this is supposed to be the opposite effect on a sequel.
Okay, from what you told me, Nedge, Madman Muscle did what happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it after we're done.
I guess. Me too. Maybe that'll explain.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. It's not good. I don't consider it to be the worst movie I've seen or one of the worst movies we've commentated on. I actually have to think about that because I feel like I've seen worse with you guys.
No.
I've definitely commentated on worse. Haze, even though that's not a movie.
Oh, trust me, I definitely get where you're coming from. I can see why this is considered one of the worst movies of all time, but I wouldn't consider it like the worst of all time. I definitely have seen and heard and played worse.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly because this is the movie that we all expected the first one to be. That's what makes it so disappointing.
This is a good segue to Tio's final thoughts. So continue on. And Pedro.
Okay, let me just mention that's the thing. Considering how the first movie was way better than it had any right to be at the time that it was made, that's what makes this all the more disappointing. I will argue.
So much work was put into it, squeezed into what, $7 million worth of budget?
Yep.
18, I think.
Or is it 18?
Oh, right, 18.
Still though, $18 million, and yet this movie.
Yeah, it is actually a good segue. The first movie at least gave the idea that the people who made it cared about the source material in some capacity. This one just pretends to care. It's the classic movie event adaptation that says, "Oh, this is just a video game. We're just throwing in people that look like what they used to be, and the fans will be fine." But
I guess that is one thing.
Not.
I guess that is one thing.
I really wonder if Unoriginal Rev was that this was supposed to be a trilogy, but the last time New Cinema was like, no, sorry, we cannot let you have a third movie, so I had to cram all the ideas that they had in just this one.
You actually did make me remember to you, like, when he's not fangasming over his wife, I guess you could argue that Paul W.S. Anderson was a guy who actually did do his research on series. Again, when his wife wasn't blinding him to certain things.
So basically, Mila Jovovich is the Yoko Ono of cinema.
Although ironically, from what I've heard, the Monster Hunter movie is not terrible, apparently.
No, from what I heard either. But again, it's a story for another time.
Also,
Well,
also,
we'll get
also,
to it soon.
also, Pedro, what do you mean by the Yoko Ono?
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Oh,
Remember-
yeah, how
remember-
she got
remember-
shoehorned into that stuff.
John Lennon tried to shoehorn her into the Beatles, and it caused friction, and they split up. And but so Yoko Ono has always been seen as the
death.
one that split up the death of the Beatles and stuff.
Oh, so I guess in some ways people consider Mila Jovovich the death of Paul W. Sanderson's credibility.
Kind of. That's
Again,
that's the comparison to that
he
movie.
might have gotten that somewhat back with the Monster Hunter movie, but I'm gonna have to wait and see that movie to judge proper.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, let me continue. No, the characters that just come and go are feel random out of nowhere. Nightwolf is good in appearance and what he does, but when he disappears from the movie, Melina has a bit of a good appearance in the costume, but she has only one brief fight against Sonya. She just stays in the mud, and that's it. I think she dies, I guess. Rain doesn't do anything and gets killed out of nowhere. Striker and Cabal are mentioned, killed off screen too. Ermac creates Noob Cybot, of course. Of course. Motaro is probably the one. Motaro and Sindel are probably the ones that are more akin to the source material. Even then, Sindel's hair attack is replaced by having electric dreadlocks. Okay then. Then there's the whole kind of worms at the big with the main characters. Johnny Cage gets killed at the beginning for no reason. If you had already changed the actor, why not just keep in the character? Why did you have to kill him like that? To create shock value for the movie, create a worth effect to showcase what Shao-Kahn means business.
My guess is that the actor saw the script and said, "Wait, you're bringing me back just to die? Hell no!"
Okay, but that's the thing, Java. They changed Johnny Cage's actor anyway. So at that point, you might as well keep the character too. Why changing the actor if you're going to kill him for the first 5 minutes?
Well, that's my point, though.
That has to be the fastest paycheck I've ever seen.
Well, that's my point, though. My guess is that the plan was always to kill Johnny Cage that quickly, but when the actor saw the script on that, he pretty much noped out of that.
It's still dumb.
A sequel where characters who we really liked get axed off so much that the original actors don't want in on that.
I swear, if this is
also, Jova,
going to...
Also, no, let me go mine instead. I already mentioned Terminator Dark Fate.
No. I was actually thinking of Alien 3.
Oh, thank God.
Well, that too. I already mentioned that too. If you actually have read or seen online the development cycle of Alien 3, it could have been even worse than that, if you believe it or not. But it's not the story for today. For today, the story is the fact that, again, I really see no point in that. Anyway, Liu Kang and Princess Kitana's love story is a force to be believed. It's so dumb, so forced. It doesn't have any place to be here. Overstates whatever welcome it had.
But Tio, they touched necks.
I mean,
it means they're meant to be. If you hug necks with another woman, that's the woman you're gonna be spending the rest of your life with.
I thought the moral instead was that if you touch hands with a fairy in a lake pool in the middle of a tree, you get pregnant or something.
Yeah, but Kitana is obviously not a fairy.
Well, she's Edenian. Maybe she has some mystic mumbo jumbo. Who knows? Whatever. The point, anyway, let me continue. Raiden's arc, I can see what they were going for, but one, the new look, and two, the reveal of his brother with Shao-Kahn. I mentioned that I can imagine my suspension of disbelief if you want to have like an alternate timeline, like an Elseworld story, but it's like that. But this is done at this time, it's very dumb. I'm sorry, it really is very dumb.
I can't help but wonder if they thought that, Ed Boon liked the changes we made in the first adaptation, that means we can go wild with them and he'll still like it. And
probably we want to like, what did people wanted for a sequel? Oh, more characters, more fight scenes. Go. Jax actually is probably the better character of the main team in this game, because Sonya is just there, very passive. She doesn't do much. She just is a spectator. She does contribute to the fight and kills Ermac. There is that. Worst stuff ever, by the way. But that's it. She doesn't do much. Jax actually has a proper arc, a personality. He actually interacts more with the story, calls people out for their bullshits and all. Jade is a waste, of course. Of course. Baraka looks terrible. Shiva dies thanks to a chandelier. That's the kind of joke that Emperor's New Groove parodied and subverted. What the fuck? Who else is there? Motaro. Motaro is a good opponent, but I think he just needed a bit more screen time. Shao-Kahn goes full Thanos, removes his helmet constantly when you want to see him instead with the helmet. Also, terrible CGI fight at the end. Shinnok is not really Shinnok. He's not even played by an American actor, but he's a German actor that gets to be voiced over ADR.
Oh boy.
Liu Kang has a decent arc again here, and Robin Shaw legitimately does try, but it's not enough to save the movie, honestly. That's pretty much it. The fight scenes are terrible most of the time. The choreography, all those wires, Jump of Doom, and even the thing she moved against Shao Kahn, that Sonic Boom flip kick that Liu Kang does, he doesn't even hit his face. And we keep actually a slowdown so you can actually see that happening. What the fuck? The music is not fitting most of the time, and this is the same composer. So I get it's a problem from the director. And like you said, I watch stuff like Annabelle and the other movie with the director where the Joy King playing the main character as a girl who where she wishes upon a Chinese box. Terrible too. So I get it. Yeah, but this guy does not fit in for directing a crew of this caliber. I get the idea that the CGI fest was instead Lawrence Kasanoff idea. You can see some sneak peek at his full fight ideas. But no, that's pretty much it. And also, it even ends. It doesn't even like has another cliffhanger, which reinforces my theory that it was supposed to be a trilogy that got railroaded into a duology. This is just awful. I much like with the previous movie. I don't remember what my thoughts were for our original movie, but take these instead. I really don't like this, despite the fact that I don't consider the first movie that much. It's infinitely better than this as a personality, as an idea of what he wants to do, and and it has a bit of dignity. This one feels like it only thinks it understands what the plot is the characters are supposed to be, but doesn't actually do it. Pedro.
Okay, so the characters are mostly all wrong aside from Jax and Liu Kang. Some of them look good, like in terms of the look. I mean, Nightwolf looks fine, even though he's a dick in this movie for some reason.
And again, just vanishes from the plot like Scorpion and Sub-Zero do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The set design is one of the most disappointing things because the sets in the first movie were so good. They looked exactly like you'd expect a 1995 live-action Mortal Kombat movie to look like. And the sets in this movie are terrible. They're so bad. And yeah, and yeah, like I said, like even Theo said, yeah, Raiden is even frustrating because of how badly he's portrayed by the actor and the overall look and stuff, but how the missed potential is because I can tell because that scene with Raiden, that's basically a terrible scene that also gives you a glimpse into a much better storyline we could have gotten if the movie actually built up to that scene. Because that's exactly because if Raiden ever died in the arms of Liu Kang, yeah, that's probably what he would say actually. But no, the characters are mostly got wrong. Some of them even get killed for absolutely stupid reasons and randomly. So a lot of characters are actually just plain wrong. The plot is barely existent. The special effects are terrible. Ugh, God. It was a huge disappointment back in 1997, and it's still a huge disappointment now. Just as much of a disappointment because this movie, unlike other anime, unlike other video game adaptations of the time, this movie actually had a had a chance to be good. People actually expected this to be good because the first one was way better than it had any right to be at the time. And yeah, like talk about a huge disappointment. So yeah, and like Jova said, where did all the money go? Did it take a limousine every time they went to the bathroom?
I really do have to wonder with this one.
It makes no sense why this movie looks so bad. Like, seriously, you have all these resources available to you. Why can't you create better effects? Or even better?
You know, Pedro, I'm going to be real. I'm surprised that you're pretty much not going as hard as I expected on this.
Well, Deji, there's not that much point. This movie has already been barraged and beat down like the dead horse that it is for years at this point. There's nothing I can say that hasn't been said already. There's none of it. It's just like, it really is a movie that's infamous for a reason. It's terrible. Literally everybody knows it's terrible. There's not a single person out there trying to defend this movie. It really is one of the. It's like trying to defend. It's like if I come to you, Deji, and said, "Hey, Deji, did you know that Last Airbender sucks major balls?" And your reaction probably will be, "Well, yeah, no crap." What an original take that you have right there, Pedro. It's just one of those movies that has been beaten down and down and down and down so many times over the years as the terrible horse that it is.
And don't get me wrong, it has deserved it, but yeah, it's kind of one of those cases where while the scars are still there, they faded in a sense. Like, you know, time has been much better to the Mortal Kombat franchise. Like, the franchise thankfully has healed from this, so, you know, there's that. Can you imagine?
Well, there's the new live action movie coming. We'll see how that turns out.
And even
I'm not
if that's
exactly optimistic, but it's definitely going to be at the very least better than this one.
And even if that live action movie is bad, at least we've got a good movie series. If you know the Mortal Kombat Legends movies, Scorpion's Revenge is anything to go off of, because
that's just one movie, though.
Yeah, that's the sad part, because the director did say that he would like to have continued the Legends animated series, but nothing came of it.
Wait. I thought we already got word that we were getting a sequel.
No,
we don't know, Jova. Considering what happened in 2020, I get the idea that Warner Bros. Is taking a bit of time, you know, before announcing new animated projects.
Especially since the AT&T merger, they've canceled a lot of projects.
Oh, please tell me they didn't cancel the sequel to that. Scorpion's Revenge was a great movie. It got great reception. Why would you cancel a sequel to that?
Okay, Jova, you will get Scorpion's Revenge, but it will cost a sequel to it, but it will cost you.
Oh.
The MK Ultra Girls show will be aired. Are you willing to take that chance?
Yes.
Yeah, thank God.
All right. No, that's just the thing. Okay, and I mean, considering the live action movie from the series not out yet, for now, just stick to Mortal Kombat Legends: Scorpion's Revenge. That's still the best Mortal Kombat movie. And a fantastic introduction to the franchise in general. So like that's one of the great things about Scorpion's Revenge. Every time I never actually tried Mortal Kombat. Immediately the first thing it's like with Eternal Diva for Layton. Oh, you never played Mortal Kombat? Watch Scorpion's Revenge. There you go. That's your perfect intro to the franchise right there.
It really is, yeah.
So yeah, don't watch this. It's terrible. Watch Scorpion's Revenge instead. That movie is so awesome. But yeah, this is a sad disappointment. Because remember, I actually went to see this in theaters because, silly me, I was thinking that the first movie was so cool. Clearly, this one will be just as cool, if not better. Right?
Nope.
So that's the sad part, is the fact that the Mortal Kombat, it's like I said, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to video game adaptations, not destroy them even more.
Like, I mean, I'm gonna say it. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is worse than the Super Mario Brothers movie in terms of
all
that. Like,
For as much as we both of us may hate it because of how terrible it is as a Mario movie, let's face it. At the very least, the special effects are not as bad. The plot, for as generic as it is at the very least coherent for the most part.
And I can't believe I'm saying this. I feel like that one did a better job of trying to adapt Mario. Like, at the very least, the costumes that the bros got, that alone was more faithful to the story than this movie ever got to Mortal Kombat.
I guess you can argue the suit, the outfits, Jova, but at the same time, Yoshi, though. Look what they've done to Yoshi.
Why is Daisy the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom?
Because... I don't know. Here's an interesting thing that I think you're gonna get a laugh out of this. I showed that movie to Dwebs just casually for fun, and when Yoshi showed up on screen, he literally went, "I refuse to acknowledge that thing as Yoshi."
Oh boy.
Hashtag not my Yoshi.
But anyway, as for us, for the time being, well, unless we get a morbid curiosity and force Joe and Deji to watch again that 30-minute animated tie into the first MK movie, we'll see you when eventually the new movie gets out.
The eventual live-action movie, and when we're done with the original timeline, we've also got Scorpion's Revenge Generations.
Might as well.
We'll bring in Shiroi so that she can also join us for the new timeline.
And I guess Dwibs as well, because he wasn't in the original Scorpion's Revenge.
Well, obviously.
Anyway, see ya.
See ya.
Well, you weren't kidding about that movie being bad.